comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link.
Good morning. How are you guys? It's Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th has always been like a lucky day for me. I don't know. I can't explain it. It just has. So with that in mind, I just feel like maybe today's the day you scan this QR code and go over to Fund My Comic, fundmycomic.com. This link right here for $1. For $1, you can help me reach my goal to get Veiled Legacy printed and published. It's Friday the 13th, my luckiest day of the year. Today is your day. Today is your day to donate $1. And every single donation gets an actual reward. You get a reward for it. You do. The $1 gets you your name in the back of the comic book. $10 gets you a digital copy of Veiled Legacy Midwest Gothic. The $25 donation gets you a digital and physical copy of Veiled Legacy Midwest Gothic. And the $50 donation gets you a custom autographed copy of Veiled Legacy Midwest Gothic. So I guess the only question is, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Scan the QR code, go to the link. Let's get that going, guys. I'm hard at work. After the stream today, over for the Patreon, I will be recording my weekly vlog, for behind the scenes, what I'm working on. I can't tell you because you're not members of the Patreon. So if you're a member of the Patreon, then you'll find out today what I've been working on this week. Of course, next month, I am going to MegaCon to hand out some goodies and promote Veiled Legacy. I'll be hanging out around at the Rippaverse booth. So come find me there. I have my plane ticket, but I have literally nothing else. So that's the goal here at the channel for the next month. I guess I could just put up the announcement banner since and remember, while I'm doing this, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back. You don't miss a second of all this nerdy nonsense. We do have stuff to talk about. Okay. There's some crazy stuff going on, like Apple TV Plus owning the IP for Severance outright. That has some implications, and we're going to talk about that. Some crazy stuff with Marvel losing a creator, like Marvel TV, Marvel Film, Marvel Studios losing a creator. I want to talk about the SPIDER-NOIR cast, definitely. And there was a ZATANNA movie, and we're no longer getting this ZATANNA movie. So we definitely want to talk about that as well. But before we get into that, make sure the like button, the subscribe button, all that stuff. And announcements. Guys, I may have to go back to streaming 5 days a week. Because I'm kind of struggling with the hours. Ever since November, or ever since I really changed to doing 3 days a week, I have been stuck in this back and forth of needing 120 hours and needing 100 hours to get the full monetization going, which really isn't a good sign. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean like once I get monetized that I'll actually get a monthly paycheck anyway. But it's just kind of a maddening thing to deal with when you're a creator. So I'm starting to wonder if the cutting back to 3 days a week so I can have more time for myself to be a human being and work on the comic book and everything and do breakdowns. I'm starting to wonder if that wasn't a good idea, because two things happened. One, I had less streaming during the week, 2 less days streaming during the week. And StreamYard changed their shorts generator, which I'm annoyed about. You only get so many of them now. So I don't get as many shorts either. So it really kind of cut into my watch hours big time. And so what happens is every week I go back down to needing 120 hours to get monetized. And then I go back up to needing 100 hours monetized. And then it never grows past that. So it's a struggle and it's madness. And I really want to hit that goal. I really do. So after my surgery, which that's the other announcement, I just want to make sure everyone is aware. I am having the uterine eviction on February 20th. It's at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time if you guys are interested. I'm having that on February 20th at 9 a.m. So after that, we may have to go back to the 5-day-a-week streaming. It's gonna suck probably for my schedule and getting the writing in and everything, but in order for me to reach my 4,000 watch hour goal, it may be something that I have to do. On top of that, there's also options of Fridays turning that into having co-hosts, different co-hosts coming on and stuff. Thursdays, starting the 26th, will be the plot holes and payoffs with Caro. Very excited about that. I'll give you a little preview of what that's going to be like. We've got an overlay. There it is. Isn't that cute? So excited. So plot holes and payoffs, that's going to start the 26th. The 24th, you're going to see me on Comics Crusaders podcast at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking about Veiled Legacy Midwest Gothic. Very excited about that. It's 4 days after the uterine eviction, so that's an oopsie daisy on my end. The 19th, I will be interviewing Nicholas Casbaro, who has written Vitellarium, this novel here, and some comic books. He's adapted some comic books of it. So we're going to be talking to him. That will be a pre-recorded interview. So that was actually his team's choice. So I wish we could have done a live stream, but they chose to do pre-recorded. But it was very nice. They sent me this very lovely book with an autograph. It was very nice, and some PDF comics, some digital copy comics. So very excited about that. So there's our announcements, and let's yell good morning to everyone. Remember, if you're a member of the channel, which I highly recommend that you do, we are watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters over on the members only Discord right now. It's a fantastic time. We have such a good time. So if you're a member of the channel, you get to do that. But all members and super chats get their good mornings first. So locked and loaded. Let's yell good morning to everyone. Good morning, Lieutenant Lord Tom. Good morning. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Good morning, Ensign Deranged Lunatic. What's up, brother? Hey, good morning, Lieutenant Big Time Objective. Good morning. And let's go back up. I tried getting a hold of you and I messaged the wrong person. I read your comic. Or did I message, or are you the wrong person again? I'll just email you back. How about that? All right, let's get through. Remember, we are a laid-back army. Our members tend to trickle in. It's okay. I'm fine with that. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good to see you. I hope I get to see you in Orlando at MegaCon. Good morning, Penny. Love to see ya. Hey, it's my birthday twin and Red 5 brother, DJ the Exegesis. What's up, my friend? Oh, I'm so excited to see ya. Oh, if you donate to, I tell you what, the next 5 people that donate $10 or more to the Fund My Comic, the next 5 people who donate $10 or more to the Fund My Comic, I will send you a sneak peek of the completed script for Midwest Legacy. Today only. Today only. Woo! I dropped my mouse. I'm sorry. I was scrolling and it went out of my hand. Good morning, Monique. And I got the wrong person again. I saw your comment. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, he has a similar name. He has a similar handle. But again, I love that you get that. I try. I really do try, because without supporters, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Just talking to air? And honestly, you guys help me pay for this stuff. You guys got me a new computer. You guys helped me pay for this computer, this equipment. Seriously. And right now the goal is to, I'm not talking, my phone heard me say SIRI from what I was saying. And she was like, hello. Anyway, the goal now is to help me get a hotel room and Uber money and food money for MegaCon. So I adore and love my supporters. You guys have no idea. And I try really hard to make that clear. So appreciate you. And good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, my very unique friend. I was talking to Dave about you yesterday, and he's like, I just love that guy. He's so different. He marches to the beat of his own drummer boy and just celebrates it. And that in and of itself should be celebrated. So love it. All right, guys, let's get into a couple of headlines. Headlines. Time to turn the music down. I know it's kind of a bop. You know what? How about a little treat? You want to do how about a little treat first? Do you guys want a little treat? How about that? Fernando. I'm working on rolling my R's. Am I getting better? Fernando, when you become a famous comic book creator, we want a cut of your earnings. Well, I tell you what, you better get your culo over to Fund My Comic and donate at least $1. That'll give you skin in the game, pal. That'll give you skin in the game, and I'm happy to do so. Get your culo over there. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, do you guys want a little sneak peek on Caro and I's new show? Would you like to see the intro for our new show? Leave an X in the chat. We are absolutely in love with it. It's a totally different show. We're going to have different members of the filmmaking industry. We're going to have Brian Sipe on, Tom Irvin, Robert Meyer Burnett, Bo DeMaio, Corin Nemec. We've got a long list. Okay. All right, here we go. Here is the intro for Plot Holes and Payoffs. Enjoy. Isn't that great? I love it. I worked so hard on that. I made us a logo for our production company, and I made our little badge, and then I got it animated at the end there, and I love it. Two girls, one podcast. We're really, really excited, but I know it's taken a while for us to get started because we want to get it right. We want to get it right. So you feel like you're hitting a rave after that? Dude, we're so excited. We cannot wait to bring this to your attention. Is the 1/1/85 date? No, it's not. It's not. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're very, very excited. And we can't wait to show off. We really can't. So, all right, let's get into some headlines, guys. And remember, funmycomic.com. We got to get this comic book made, y'all. Comic book. Comic book. Okay. Let's see. Here we are. So I just saw this last night. And definitely it's definitely on Disney's end. It's definitely their fault. So it's coming from Screen Rant. In case you missed it, Marvel and Disney are losing a beloved creator. Beloved creator. I was right the first time. Jack Schaefer. They're losing her to Prime Video. Jack Schaefer did WandaVision, and WandaVision is one of the top Marvel Disney Plus shows that they've done. It was the first. I would say it's up there with Loki. WandaVision and Loki are the two best Marvel Disney shows out there. Best known as the creator and showrunner of WandaVision and its spinoff Agatha All Along, which was she also worked as co-writer on the MCU movies Captain Marvel and Black Widow. Let's see what this article has to say. Marvel and Disney losing beloved creator to Prime Video after 10 years of hits. Would we really call Agatha All Along a hit, though? I don't think it was like a huge, I don't think it had like big numbers. We did watch parties for it, but after a decade of hits, Marvel and Disney are losing a beloved creator, Jack Schaefer, to Prime Video. Schaefer is best known. We know all this already. Now, according to Variety, Jack Schaefer is leaving Marvel Studios to sign a 3-year deal with Amazon MGM Studios to develop, write, executive produce, and direct original series for Prime Video. Schaefer previously held an overall deal with Marvel and 20th Century Television. Schaefer delivered over a decade of hits for Disney and Marvel, starting with, can you believe a decade already? Good morning, Ensign Loki. He says she was an awful writer for the MCU. Literally bragged about how she didn't read comics. WandaVision was great, though. I will stand on that. Starting with writing the script for Disney animated short Olaf's Frozen Adventure, a spinoff of Frozen, and was nominated for numerous awards. From there, Schaefer contributed to the screenplay for Captain Marvel as an uncredited co-writer. Can you really put that on your CV if you're uncredited? Thank you, Fernando. People are not being honest about Agatha All Along being very good. I'm sorry. It could have been a great, great show, and they made it forgettable. They made it forgettable. You could have made it amazing. You made it forgettable. And by making it the Witch's Road, like something, a figment of Billy's imagination, I feel like that was a kind of a dumb move. Lord Toth, first 4 episodes of WandaVision was great and then fell off a cliff. Okay. I think the biggest problem for me with WandaVision was Multiverse of Madness, because Wanda most definitely had character development in WandaVision. And then you have Multiverse of Madness where they're like, you know what, just make her evil. What's character development? Screw it. Toss it out the window. So, but they take the woman who did Olaf's Frozen Adventure. Schaefer's greatest accomplishment for the MCU was creating WandaVision. That is a true story. A huge hit that earned 23 Emmy nominations and was widely considered one of the best TV shows of 2021. Schaefer's writing, in particular, received strong praise, and many embracing the show's inventive nods to classic sitcom styles and its exploration of deeper emotional struggles faced by Wanda. Schaefer later created, this is all just kind of, we don't know what she's going to be doing. We don't really know what she's going to be doing for Prime Video, other than she signed a 3-year contract to make stuff. So we don't know what that could possibly be. It's just the next move in her career. She was great with WandaVision. There was a lot of possibility for Agatha all along, and it didn't really move the needle. I mean, it had some good points, but then all in all, it was rather forgettable. I mean, I still have TikToks from clips of that show that are still going crazy. I don't understand that. Those TikTok kids love it. Fernando, I have heard the villain of Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be Nightmare instead of Wanda. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be Wanda. And when Elizabeth Olsen showed up and she found out she was supposed to be the bad guy, she was like, what? But I don't understand. So, yeah, it was a mess. Is it a loss? Possibly. Is it not a loss? Also possibly. Disney has really lost the plot when it comes to Marvel. There are a lot of things. They're just a corporate business. And that's how they look at all things right now. Everything is a business to them, and everything can be monetized. That includes race, sexual identity in general, and they will monetize it one way or the other. So, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, wow, she spells Schaefer the same way as me. Very rare to see the full German spelling. It's okay to be German now, Nick. It's okay to be German. You're in a safe place. At the Star Wars Most Wanted event, Jon Favreau, I said that weird, didn't I? Jon Favreau says, we're finishing the film now regarding Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Doesn't it come out in 2 months? That would explain a lot. That would explain why we got the beer commercial ad at the Super Bowl. The movie's not done, guys. They're finishing it now. 2 months before release. It's not done. Cutting it a little close, guys. I'm just saying, you should be like in the end game of marketing at this point. Like home stretch, act 3 of marketing. Big push. And you're not done with the movie? I feel like you should be at this point, Johnny. You should, old chap, You should be done at this point. Good morning, Omari. There's still time to change the title to Grogu and the Mandalorian. There's time for that. Sure. Maybe. I don't know. By all accounts, from what I have heard, and could be wrong, okay? This could be wrong. And I get called a liar a lot. Like, so much. I promise you, I don't make shit up for fun. Well, I do, but that's for my comic book, not for the channel. Where was I going with this? Oh, I remember now. I was thinking about this D-bag on Instagram who told me my Pedro Pascal story he's like, "So we're just making shit up now for clicks?" I'm like, "I've got like 400 followers on this account." Oh no, I've got like 700. It's fine. Anyway, why would I do that? It doesn't whatever. I have heard that by all accounts, it's super goofy. Mandalorian and Grogu is just really, really goofy. Like just goofball and not in a good way. Goofy movie. So, I mean, I just want to go back to like 1987, maybe 1989, before Star Wars and Star Trek was like touched all over by these I can do better a-holes. Good morning, Travis. How are you, buddy? Where you been? How are you? Loki. Ensign Loki says Star Wars is for kids, so it's fine that it's stupid. The defense. I know. I mean, that's what. Have you heard the news that Gen Z is the first generation that's taken a serious drop in IQ? Do we think we know why, maybe? We've started talking down to them. We started talking to them like they're children. You know, when I was raising my children when they were very little, I went to college. I didn't finish, but I went to college for psych. And in abnormal child psychology, we learned that we studied that you shouldn't baby talk to toddlers, to babies, because that's what they hear, that's what they learn. They think that's how you're supposed to talk. So if you talk down to them, that's what they learn. We have, for at least 15 years, been talking down to our kids through all of this culture and media. We've been talking down to them. We've been putting things out there that steal their need to think for themselves. It's already done. It's instantaneous. It's short, it's fast, it's already done for them. They don't know how to think for themselves. And that the results are alarming. That is a problem. Backyard TARDIS, Gen Z are adults now. That is a scary thought. Yeah. My youngest is going to be 18 in a few months. She's very smart, and I have made her do things for herself. It is very important. And that comes with thought, that comes with physical labor. You have to make them think, you have to make them do things for themselves. And that comes with your movies and your TV. This second screen directive, well, you have to explain the plot 3 to 4 times a scene now because they're doom scrolling. They're on TikTok. They're on Twitter. They're doing all these things. They're on Instagram. Bring Muhammad to the mountain, my brother. Like, make them want to put the phone down. That's something I had talked to Luke Boyce and Aaron, the creators of Revival on Sci-Fi. I said, I looked over and my boyfriend had put his phone down. You made him want to put his phone down. He's like, that's what we want. And that's something that's a rarity now in TV. They're not wanting to make people put the phone down. They don't want them to do that. They want them dumb. So not only are they making shows and movies that are explaining the plot over and over again, so they don't have to figure it out for themselves, so they don't have to follow along, but they're making it super expositionary. Like, you don't have to think at all to watch these things. That is a problem. That is a problem. So you've got all this going on, and then you have this constant narrative that Star Wars is for kids, so it should be goofy and stupid because kids are stupid. Well, what does it say to your kids? What does it say to the kids? That doesn't feel right. That doesn't sit right with me. And I don't care what even George Lucas says. His own creation has grown with its audience. That is something that happens. It happens. It's not just for kids anymore. We all grew up. It's for everyone. So that's what's killing it, is this idea that it has to be just for children and that children are stupid. That's why my generation really, really loved X-Men the animated series and Batman the animated series and Superman, etc., because it didn't talk down to children. It didn't talk to us like we were stupid and needed things drawn out in crayon. It taught us how to think, how to connect dots on our own. It gave us in-depth, thought-provoking storytelling. It gave us culture. We stopped doing that. They were like, oh, what they like about this are the pretty, bright colored superhero stuff. No, you fucking dingbat. No. They've started talking down to us and the kids again. And not only are we not responding to that anymore, they're making our children stupid. Wall-E and Idiocracy were documentaries. Let's check in with the chat. Travis, I don't think there's anything wrong with the ad itself. The issue is this kind of ad you would put out while the movie is in theaters. Exactly. That's what we talked about yesterday. It was not the time or the place, period. Especially not something you're going to spend over $20 million on. And frankly, there was a couple times it's like, wow, the production quality on this it's just not up to par. Plain and simple. Fernando, do you think an R-rated Star Wars movie will someday be a good idea? No. No. You can have a PG-13, PG Star Wars film and not have it, oh, it's made for kids distinctively, situation. You hear what I'm saying? You don't have to have a bunch of swear words or boobies or a bunch of gore and stuff in it. It's not about that. It's about the intellectual dialogue. It's about the story. It's about it having deep material. It's about the material. Okay. The kids are stupid because we've made them stupid. We do too much for them. We've done way too much for them. Fernando, Danny, did you notice during the Super Bowl commercials, all the AI commercials, I felt like they were trying to brainwash us. I haven't seen them. I've only seen like 2. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm not exactly a big football. I get into stuff, like I do like watching it when this is a complex answer. I'm just not that into it anymore. I feel like I'm just going to say it. COVID ruined professional sports. Yeah, it really did. It kind of screwed up baseball here in the National League as well. Now we have designated hitters and we're like, "Oh, come on." Seriously. But yeah, they've made the kids stupid. Good morning, Sean Stackhouse. I think social media is a huge reason too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Instant gratification. It's all right there in your fingertips. But instead of realizing that you have the wealth of human knowledge in the palm of your hand, what are you going to do with it? It's TikTok drama. So dumb. Travis, going off your point, I just watched a Little Monsters with Howie Mandel. He goes to the house of Fred Savage's bully and pisses in his apple juice. And that's probably sent a message to young bullies. Yes. But and listen, I got bullied horribly. Horribly. You guys have no idea what I looked like as a small child and how different I was in the 80s before the Americans with Disabilities Act, which barely matters. I mean, there is no oversight for the Americans with Disabilities Act. It is totally fine for people to discriminate against people with disabilities because there is really, honest to God, no oversight for it. You can sue. It doesn't guarantee you're going to win. It doesn't. Seriously. It's not good. You should not do it. Trust me, it sucks. But there's no oversight committee for the ADA because it's not seen as important enough. But bullies taught you how to solve problems on your own. It was a life lesson. Everything you experience in life teaches you. It's not fair and it sucks, but absolutely nothing in this life is guaranteed or fair. So you have to figure out how to survive it, how to live it. Tell me I am wrong. I mean, of course, we want our kids' lives to be better, but what does that mean? What does that mean? I have 4 kids. Each and every single one of them have handled things differently because they're 4 completely different people. And I know I made my share of mistakes as a parent. I wanted things to be better for them. Some of them handled it well. Some of them handled it in a different way. And that's their entire generation. That's their entire generation. Because what we should be teaching our children is how to navigate life, how to handle their own stress, how to handle their own problems without going completely psychotic breakdown and blaming everyone else for their problems. Because let me tell you something, every single human being on earth has problems and they think that their problems are more important than everyone else's problems. And you know what? They are. They are. That's what we should be doing. We should not be teaching children that your problems, you should be taking a mental health day and blah, 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 blah. No, you should learn how to seriously put your boots on, pull your socks up, and learn how to wade through this muck without completely losing your shit, because I guarantee you every other single person out there is doing the exact same thing. Hello, how are you? Sean, so many kids believe everything they see on social media. I know, that's another thing. Wow, I've gotten off a tangent today. My sister-in-law has told me you should start like a parenting channel. Who the fuck's going to listen to me? Travis, children's entertainment shouldn't mean blocking out the real world or parts of it. Just putting it through a lens appropriate of what that age that means violence, romance. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. When you deny the real world to children in fiction, they are powerless to when they experience it. I completely agree with you. Because then what happens when they do experience it? They're shocked. They don't know how to handle it. They have a complete mental breakdown. I am really restraining myself from oversharing, getting super personal. Oh my goodness, Jim Watari. Bless you, sir. $20 super chat. My goodness. Thank you so much. $20 from Jim Watari. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jim Watari, you have your choice of one of many clips I have that I play for people who give super chats. You have Family Guy, Only Murders in the Building, Princess Bride, Thor, Men on Film, Star Trek, or Stargate. Please take your pick. Which one would you like? Thank you so much for that $20 super chat. I cannot thank you enough. I am so grateful. Muchas gracias, my friend. And buenos dias. Good morning, my friend. Commander Paulie the Latino slant. He tried to replace me. You can't. I'm irreplaceable. I'll be back in the Latino slant next week, Wednesday. Jim Watari. He wants The Princess Bride. Excellent choice, my friend.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
As one of my favorites, I use it all the time. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. I do what I want. I'm a Latin woman. I do not have a lower volume. Okay? Okay. I have to tell you guys a very funny story. I'm so glad you're here, Polly, because you need to hear this story. Y'all know Mama and Papa. They are beloved members of the Comics and family. Mama occasionally pops into the chat, once in a while. Mama worked for the CIA for like 30, 40 years. And my grandfather is the most brilliant man on the planet. He is an engineer. They are in their 90s and they live in Florida. After MegaCon, I'll be caring for them for a few days. Well, Mama now has a housekeeper, a homemaker that insurance pays to come in and help take care of the house and some errands and stuff for her, which I'm very grateful for. Well, this lovely lady is Cuban and speaks like 3 words of English. She uses her Google Translate when she needs to. My papa is an incredibly chatty man. He is very autistic, completely undiagnosed. He is very friendly and lovely and warm, very Christian man. And he will talk to anyone for hours and hours and hours, telling you stories and stories and stories. So this lovely Cuban woman comes in and she cleans for them, and my papa will follow her around from room to room telling her stories while this poor woman is trying to care for my grandparents, clean their house and run errands, stock their fridge. And my mama will chase after him in her chair yelling, "Perry, can't understand you. She doesn't speak English." And my pawpaw will respond, I know. So anyway, my granddaughter does YouTube CDs. Do you know about that? Do you know her? She's Mexican. And it continues all day long. But she's so sweet. She will just turn around and hand her phone to my mama and say, see, you press button. Isn't it adorable? And mama will call me and tell me about it and says I told her about you. I told her you're gonna come and you can translate because you're Mexican. Grandma, I love you so much. I speak 5 words of Spanish. My Spanish is so bad. Oh, so now I have to explain to my very Irish Midwestern grandma that Cubans and Mexicans not the same. I can't hit. Oh, I'm so glad you dropped in the chat. I've been wanting to tell you that so bad. I almost called you. We thought she was French for like 35 years. It's so strange. We should have known. I mean, look at her. Can't understand a word they say. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Okay. I love my grandparents so much. All right, guys. I can't stop. God. Okay. Woo, I am. I'm gonna have to hit the inhaler. So bad. All right, guys. Let's dive into this stuff, okay? So we've got some crazy stories here. We got some crazy stories here. So I can't say I really know who this woman is. Just throwing this out here. I don't know much about her. I don't. But she was on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. Oh, she's the Wuthering Heights director and writer. Okay. This explains the rest. Her name's Emerald Fennell. Okay. She discusses her canceled DC superhero movie ZATANNA and the demented script that she developed. It was a script reflective of a woman in the middle of a nervous breakdown, I would say. And in terms of what that means, well, I suppose it just meant that it would probably go too far away from maybe a what? Well, I suppose it just meant that it was probably too far away from maybe a little too far away from the genre. That's what that says. I promise. So basically, it wasn't Zatanna. The same thing she did to Wuthering Heights, which I've not heard good things about what she did to that source material. What is this obsession? What is this obsession? I do understand that when adapting a book into any other type of media, that you're gonna have some speed bumps, things that you're gonna have to adjust. But changing the whole thing does not compute in my brain at all, whatsoever. Zatanna is perfect just the way she is. And I've never seen her in my head as having a nervous breakdown. She seems always like a well-adjusted individual because she was raised that way. Her father was a magician. So I don't get it. I don't get it. So I'm glad they canceled it. Ensign Loki. Yeah, I stand by my statement that women who don't read comics should not write superhero films and movies. I'm with you. I can agree by that. Why? 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 And what else has she done to give her the credibility for this? So let's look her up. Oh, Saltburn. Ugh. Call the Midwife. The Crown. The Danish Girl. She's 40. She's British. She's an actor. Let's see. She was in the Barbie movie. She was the pregnant friend girl. A pregnant friend doll. She was the, yeah, okay. So, what are her writing credits? Promising Young Woman and Saltburn. So she wrote Wuthering Heights, Saltburn, Promising Young Woman, Killing Eve Season 2, Careful How You Go, Drifters. So really, I mean, she's only had 3 major motion pictures. Nothing in the genre at all. Nothing in the genre. I don't understand that choice. I don't understand that choice. And to say, no, I'm not reading the comic book. Why wouldn't you want to? Wouldn't that make it easier? I mean, that's just my opinion. If I were to write a movie about Zatanna, I would first pick my favorite Zatanna comic book. That would be the first thing I did, was pick a Zatanna story. Maybe something with Constantine. And I would read it several times and use it to help me storyboard. That's what I would do. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, I did talk to Aaron B. Kuntz and Luke Boyce about, like, doesn't the comic book, like, just storyboard naturally? And they're like, not really. And they kind of explained it, but I've forgotten it because it was a while ago, and that's fine because I still have the interview up. You guys can watch it anytime. But I do understand that there are differences. How do I know? I'm writing a comic book script, and I have a really bad habit of sliding into actual screenwriting, and I have to catch myself a lot. Comic book panels only show one action. That's really the biggest hurdle. with the storyboarding. It's a lot more limited in that sense. But I still maintain the opinion that it's a hell of a good jumping off start. Because you have to use more of that scenery to paint the emotion. I'm kind of getting off on a different route here, but also it's a really stupid idea for her not to read the comic to understand the character, understand the assignment entirely. And for her to say, oh, it's about a woman on the verge of a breakdown. No, it's not. Zatanna's not a woman on the edge of a breakdown. Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm very glad that is no longer happening. And then in the same in that same podcast, they asked if she would be interested in
calls you tomorrow and says, Emerald, Wonder Woman is yours.
Well, that would be wonderful. I think it's, I know what I do know is I can only make the one thing that I'm preoccupied with at a time. I can't really do other people's things.
Right. Yeah. Calls you tomorrow and says, Emerald,
Yes.
Wonder Woman is yours.
Well, that would be wonderful. I think it's, I know what I do know is I can only make the one thing that I'm preoccupied with at a time. I can't really do other people's things.
Right.
Or maybe it will happen, but I like to just, if I can't go to my imaginary worlds, then I feel very marooned. So those are really kind of the only places I can work from, I think, because I'm not confident enough as a director to work on somebody else's thing.
We're going to let you get back to your private imaginary world in a second.
Oh,
but we end the podcast with our professor calls you tomorrow and says, Emerald.
So this is a really stupid quote they've put here. Well, that would be wonderful. That's not what she said. That's not. She said, I can't work on other people's stuff, which I feel is very limiting. I think you have a very limited imagination, Emerald Fennell. Do you know what that sweater is about, Emerald Fennell? Also, Emerald Fennell, I like your shoes. Those are nice shoes. But I am very glad that they canceled that Zatanna movie. I'm glad she doesn't have a Wonder Woman movie to direct. Let's check in with the chat while I clear my throat from laughing my butt off about my grandparents and their situation. Okay. Omari, I know she did Promising Young Woman, which I didn't see, but I hear good things about. I haven't seen it either. See, oh, I know. Trust me, been going through. Let's see. Loki, I agree. Sorry, Sean Stackhouse. I agree, Loki. The problem is that the people in charge aren't fans. And because of that, they don't care about making these projects for the fans. I give you James Gunn as an example. Yeah, not touching that one today. As much as I would love to see a Zatanna movie, I'm so glad that was canceled. Why are people giving this woman creative work? Loki, Ensign Loki. Same reason they give work to Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Just letting you know, I am available in about a few months. Caro and I will be making a movie next year. Just letting you guys know. That's why we're starting the podcast, Plot Holes and Payoffs. That is happening. I want to talk about the Spider-NOIR cast. Spider-NOIR. I can't help myself. Because I'm very interested in this series now. They've definitely got my attention. And bro, that man spider image just freaking grabbed me. Holy crap. It grabbed me. Where did it go? I know I freaking. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, so amazing. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it. I'm so looking forward to Spider-NOIR. Okay. So first and foremost, we have Lee Jun Lee as Cat Hardy, a 1930s twist on Black Cat, aka Felicia Hardy. Ugh, we're not talking about her today. Where are we at? Then we have Jack Houston. I love Jack Houston. I think he is a phenomenal actor. Oh, yeah. I think he's a wonderful actor. If you haven't seen Boardwalk Empire, I highly recommend. He is phenomenal in that series. Phenomenal. That's where I was introduced to him. I think most of the world was introduced to him. He's Angelica Houston's nephew. So, bit of a nepo. But just saying, maybe it's just genetic because he's really good. So he's playing Sandman in Spider-NOIR. Moving on. Where's the other guys? They're here somewhere. I have them collected. Just, you know how Twitter gets. Scrolling, and we're scrolling, and we're scrolling. Maybe I should. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you jerks. Stop doing it. Okay. Brendan Gleeson will play Silvermane. Brendan Gleeson. So I'm wondering if this is going to be sort of serialized, episodic, if you will, like a 1930s serial. That would be dope, which is what we need. We need more episodic stuff in our series right now. That is a fact, Jack. And Brendan Gleeson, he's good. He's very good. Very good. All right, who else we got here? I know there's more. Ugh. I'm so annoyed with what Twitter has done with my bookmarks. It's just moved it all around. You jerks. You jerks. Maybe I'll just do this instead. My chest burns from laughing so much at my grandparents. They're adorable. Okay. Here we go. So we've got, that was literally it. Like, they're playing some of this close to the chest. I mean, we know Lamar Morris is playing Robbie Robertson. We've got that one. I do enjoy him. Abraham Papula, Karen Rodriguez, but only the ones I've read you have been actually confirmed as actual cast member, like what they're actually playing. So wild stuff. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope they knock it out of the park. Truly do. Any thoughts, guys? I loved him. He was great on New Girl. I loved him on New Girl. And what was this movie he did? What was that movie he did? I can't remember. There was a movie too. Was he in Let's Be Cops? Or I feel like I can't remember. Okay, moving on. I gotta find my bookmarks now because stupid. Twitter sucks. Come on. Stop screwing with my stuff. All right, main topic, y'all. Main topic. So, I love Severance. I love Severance. I feel like the last season wasn't as good as the first. That's just me. A lot of people really loved it. And Ben Stiller just takes his sweet ass time with it. That's a huge problem with a lot of series these days, is taking 2-3 years in between seasons. That's not working. And yes, Apple TV, bit notorious for that, but they do have like the best quality stuff out there. And I've been singing their praises for some time. For All Mankind, Severance, Monarch, Murderbot, Raised by Wolves. I mean, the list is they've got some really good stuff. I mean, seriously, they really do. Their quality is just, they put their money where it counts, where it really, really matters. But recently, because Severance has apparently been their really big standout, because it seems to be their most all-encompassing, not all-encompassing, but let me put this, most demographic spreading like show. Dave absolutely loves this show. He gets really excited for it. And if I watch ahead of him, he gets very, very upset. He's like, well, thanks, TV buddy. Way to go. Like, we stopped being TV buddies years ago. I'm sorry. But recently, the season 3 scripts are still being written. Season 2 just ended beginning of last year. Season 2 ended. Season 2 ended a year ago. Season 3 scripts should have been written before you went into production for season 2. Okay? You got to keep that momentum going. So season 3 scripts are still being written, and the hope is to start filming summer of this year. Will likely last 4 seasons. Spin-offs and prequels are possible. Apple has fully bought the rights for $70 million. So Apple owns Severance outright. That means they can do whatever they want with it. They can do whatever they want. Merchandising, spin-offs, prequels, sequels, schmequels, anything. Now, the question is, what is Apple going to do with this kind of power? That's the real question. This has been their biggest show to date. It's like that and For All Mankind. Will it go to their head? Will they milk it? Will they allow it to ruin a good thing? Do we have any fans of Severance out there in the chat? Have any Severance fans? Anyone? Bueller. This could be a good thing. It could mean faster seasons. It could mean slower. You are absolutely right, Jim Watari. Dark matter is so cerebral. It's so cerebral that I barely understand what's going on. Half the time I don't, but I still love it. It's so good. Silo, so good. If you love Fallout, it's like Fallout for grown-ups. If I'm explaining that properly. It's so good. It is. It's based on books. So good. Where do you have apples? You make apple pie. Apple has been very good at choosing IP. Foundation, Silo, Severance, For All Mankind. They've been very good at that. This could be very much a win. I think Ben Stiller was very good with this. I was very surprised at the work Ben Stiller, because he was was he the showrunner or just the director? I get that mixed up all the time. Director and executive producer, so he's the showrunner. He's the voice of Keir Egan. I didn't note that. That's funny. That's funny. So, now Ben Stiller has to completely answer 1000% to Apple. So it could change. It could change the direction of the show. It could change the creative vision. It could make the seasons come faster. It could make them come out slower. I really do think we're going to get spin-offs and prequels. They say they're possible, but that means it's going to happen. And they wouldn't have paid $70 million for it just for 2 more seasons. I don't believe that for a second. I do see a lot of merchandising happening. Like, you can Google now. The merchandising is pretty cool. You can actually go on Kindle in Amazon and get the Lumen Handbook. You can get the UUR, the book that his brother-in-law wrote. Is pretty funny. That's great. I should do some Severance merch for the merch store. Let's see what we can come up with here. Pardon me. I'm going to take this down, and we're going to look at the merch and try to suss out what we think they're going to do. So they already have, like, oh, someone made this on Etsy. So macro data refinement. Huh. Love Etsy. You can it's the Wild West. You can basically do whatever you want. Lumen Industries. This website is pretty great. Pioneers in biotechnology committed to work-life balance. How many of you have actually seen Severance? Because I'm telling you, this show, if you don't understand what Severance is. I'm going to tell you real quick. Severance is a show where you go, these characters work for this company called Lumen, but they don't remember their work life. So they have severed their memory in their brain. So they go down this elevator, and once they go down this elevator, it awakens their work personality. When they go up the elevator, they completely forget, and it awakens their outie personality. So they don't have any recollection of their work life whatsoever. So it basically creates this entirely different person. And of course, this creates its own set of issues. Salty fashions, high horse goods, buy quality fan-made Severance merch from these fine shops. Good for them. Let's see. Wooden still. Ha. Well, the people that run Lumen are basically like this weird cult, and they worship this guy named Kier. It's kind of like, it's almost like the Kellogg family. Like if you know anything about Kellogg, seriously, you should look into it. Here we go. Peruse the media wall. Alter to Kier. This isn't very fun. This isn't very fun. I thought it would be. I thought this was a different site. But you guys should definitely check out Severance. I highly recommend it. And you know, I'm such a big fan of what Apple TV has done with their IP that it could be just such an amazing thing, them owning this outright. But again, we've been burned so bad with Disney and what Disney has done with things that they bought outright that it does make me gun shy at the same time. Pardon me. This is when Heli R here joins the macro data refinement team. That's a whole story. That's a whole story. But I highly recommend it. It's a great show. Lots of suspense. Lots of, oh my gosh. See, this is from the manual that you can get on Kindle. I have it. I like stuff like this. This is the kind of marketing I'm into. It's stuff from the actual shows. Yes. Let's check in on the Fund My Comic and see how that's going real quick before we jet for the day. For the weekend. I got stuff. I have to go do adult things today. Fun. Adulting. Good stuff, right? Woo for adulting. We're at the same. That's okay. We're $121 in for the comic book. Woo! $121 in for the comic book on fundmycomic.com. Woo! We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It's gonna get made. I believe in me. I believe it's gonna happen. But remember, this there it is. This QR code right here will take you to fundmycomic.com, where my Kickstarter, my campaign, my crowdfunding for Veiled Legacy is kicking off. Yes. And for $1, you can pitch in and get your name in the back of the book. How about that? Yeah. And thank you so much, Jim Watari, for your $20 super chat for helping me get to Florida. Thank you very much. Remember, guys, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. You don't want to miss a second. You don't. You can also scan this QR code. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua. You can chip in as little or as much as you like to literally help me keep the lights on here. Because as we discussed, I'm still not fully monetized. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't know. It's fine. It's, I'm here. But there's the Buy Me a Coffee right there. Buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua. And, there's the Cash App. It exists as well. You can do whatever you want. And there's also the Patreon, which Jim is a member of. Patreon.com/comics. And there are 4 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. You get all kinds of fun behind the scenes access to what I am working on with Veiled Legacy. And that is exclusive. And there's exclusive Veiled Legacy merch that new members in the Brotherhood get every 3 months for the first year of your membership. So help support the comic and get fun stuff in return as well. Here at the channel, if you become a member, you get early access to video drops. You get fun emojis and GIFs. And you get your own community over on, or here on YouTube and over on Discord. We have our own members only Discord and watch parties on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Right now we're watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters and we're having a really good time. I'm just telling you, really good time. And we leave the floor open. So if there's something else you guys want to watch, like something new that people are talking about that you never got a chance to check out, let me know. We'll check it out together. It's fun stuff. I also have a merch store. It's comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. Hundreds of nerdy designs created by yours truly, inspired by your nerdy favorites, because that's what I do with my spare time. And it's on like hundreds of products, like all kinds of stuff that you could, anything you would want a nerdy thing on, I have probably made something for it, So that's a great way to help support the channel and the comic as well. That's right. I do have some affiliate links in the description below as well. And everything I've told you about can be found at comics-and.com. Information about the comic, about the channel, a little bit about myself, my reviews, and my special effects work at comics-and.com. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 family has to offer you. So check out red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. Check in with the chat. Watari loves those shows. I'm so glad he's in the right place. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. I'm so glad you joined me. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the comic. And I will see you next time. Remember to keep supporting indie comics and look out for Kathleen Kennedy, because I know she's retiring, but she everywhere. See you guys later. Bye.
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!